It's been roughly 9 years since the premiere of GTA 5, both on consoles and PCs. And as we know, this popular game went through 2 generations of consoles, being initially released on PS3 and Xbox 360, becoming, since that time, an apple in Rockstar's eye. Right now, there is a huge wait for the official announcement of GTA 6 that have already made people crazy about it, but the studio is still in the way of milking money with their older productions. And as Rockstar has teased a while ago, with the current generations of consoles, they planned to re-release that famous title with a next-gen update. And finally, after all those delays, because it was officially meant to be in 2021, it is here. They've created big expectations around that title once again, but at the end, with the release, it turned out to not be what we imagined, considering people thought that by paying, because yeah, we need to pay, as it's not free, for those implementations, we will get something really, but really big in return. This update's main objectives are quite simple, starting from providing free graphic modes up to our convenience, first of which is Fidelity mode, granting 4K resolution and stable 30 frames per second, with ray tracing available on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. The next one is Performance mode, 60 frames per second in upscale 4K. On Xbox Series S, however, it's cut to only Full HD. The last one, Performance RT mode, available only on PS5 and Xbox Series X. It contains features of the rest too, also providing ray tracing with 60 frames per second. Other than that, Rockstar also promised less time spent on loading screens, included more crowded streets with more detailed buildings as well, or upgraded anti-aliasing and effects like explosions, gunshots, and etc. For anybody worried about their progression in online mode, there are no needs. GTA 5 will let you perform the migration of your multiplayer account for the previous gen without any problems via the Rockstar Social Club. The cool thing is that there are a few hidden features within this update. For instance, players can now copy other people's car customizations during the Los Santos car meet. Moreover, players admitted that DualSense makes the game more immersive by adding haptic feedback, which seems to work superbly with reacting with bumps on the road or shooting. Alright, but all that stuff sounds marvelous. But is there a big difference? Well, the problem is that there is pretty none. Players have already expressed their discontent, as Rockstar definitely didn't make such with all their might. It seems more like a slight stability improvement than a major rework. The expanded and enhanced edition looks a lot better, but it ain't significant, and that's just it. Despite that, there are changes. With Fidelity mode, the game looks smooth, but honestly, we aren't used to the 30 frames per second, which is the main issue here. Performance shall be the best option, looking fine with the upscaled resolution, it isn't lagging or looking blurry. RT mode gives us ray tracing, although it seems not to differ from base lighting and shadows. It brought many negative speculations, people's assumptions, and general disappointment, as it tends to not look like it should. Honestly, with this update, the graphics look pretty much the same. There are few differences, but they aren't really noticeable. Honestly, this update's graphics do not look different at all from the previous gen. I mean, it kinda does, but the changes are really not that noticeable. This is not a breakthrough or anything. What's worth admitting is that changing amongst 3 characters in the story mode is shortened up, creating a feeling of a rapid swap. The frame rate is stable on higher resolutions, which I mentioned, which is an unquestionable advantage. Also, the main menu has been reworked a bit, so the players can now jump straight into online or story mode. It all sounds bizarre at this point, because, you know, it's not really that what we expected. Nonetheless, paying additional $10 grants us the best possible console port right now, and I know, it's a bit underwhelming, it didn't match the expectations, but hey, Rockstar is mocked because of their policies centered around GTA 5. Let's hope that in the future we won't see another next-gen update for another generations of consoles. Fingers crossed.